Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for March 19th, 2021. So I want to start off with a quick little story. I'm sure this has probably happened to a lot of you guys because my phone has been ringing off the hook. My email box has been blown up. But if you've attempted to buy this fantastic top 10 in-print analog record you should own by Mike record that I've talked about here on the channel via PayPal, you might have noticed that your transaction was declined. And you probably tried it maybe once or twice or three times, and PayPal has locked, all of those transactions up as pending. Now, the very next day, they drop off, but they get denied. So at first I thought there was a glitch with PayPal. I contacted PayPal, I contacted my website, tech. I spent all day on this. Couldn't figure out what was going on. I thought it was just a random occurrence because I was getting plenty of orders from PayPal, people paying with PayPal. So I spent the better part of a day trying to figure out exactly what was going on. But then by the end of the day, transactions were going through. I didn't notice anything. I didn't think there was any problems. Got an email from a customer and said, been on the phone with PayPal for a while. I found out that the reason you are not allowed to buy John Lee Hooker in canned heat is because of John's explicitly sexual name. Can you please change the name to where I can purchase this? And I'm like, what? You got to be kidding me. So you can go back on a PayPal and look back. I was able essentially to sort all of my transactions that's ever anything that's ever been denied. And sure enough, anytime anybody has ever tried to buy any John Lee Hooker records via PayPal, they've all been declined. Whether it's this record, anything in the store, in stock, if it has the word John Lee Hooker on it, it's been declined. So I called up a buddy and we did a couple of test runs. I tried doing like H ***, tried everything. PayPal thinks I'm selling hookers is what's going on, bottom line. I gave him a call. And I said to PayPal, our algorithm picks that up. And, we went back and forth and I tried to explain to him, no, John Lee Hooker, that's his name. That's his real name. That's what his mom named him. I'm not selling prostitutes on the website for $49.99. I promise it's just a record and that's his name. They're not doing anything for it. So if you'll notice, I put a disclaimer on the website that you can no longer buy John Lee Hooker records via PayPal. No clue. So yeah, that's my little story time session for today. It's the craziest thing, but yeah, that's the truth. So apparently the department that flags things cannot be reached by telephone or email or whatever. So it is what it is. But yeah, if you tried buying John Lee Hooker and you want to pay PayPal, don't do it. Pay with a credit card. And buy anything else, you just can't buy John Lee Hooker's records due to his sexually explicit name. Okay, a couple of restocks. So I had Santana 1, I had Natalie Merchant's Tiger Lily in stock, but I put on social media earlier in the week that I was going to leave them for the locals for a day. And then after that, I was going to put them online. And of course, they sold within a couple of minutes. But I do still have a real nice restock of the Mobile Fidelity Pretenders title and Linda Ronstadt's Heart Like a Wheel. A lot of cool releases actually this week. Not a ton of stuff, but a decent amount and a lot of cool stuff. A little of everything. Back in stock from Analog Productions, the 45 RPM of Leonard Skinner's Second Helping. All of these Leonard Skinner titles are fantastic. I put one of them on the top 10 imprint list, but they're all really, really good. One of the most desirable RCA Living Stereo titles of all time, Respighi's Pines of Rome. They do it as a 33. This is the 45 RPM version. I believe I have both in stock. This is one of those records, I've talked about it on the channel. It has monstrous dynamics. The original pressing of it, if you get a 1S, which is the earliest lacquer, the very, very true first pressing of this, it's a $500 to $1,000 record in real clean near mint shape. And it's, it's because of how good it sounds. Okay, Oscar Peterson's We Get Requests, the Oscar Peterson Trio. Fantastic record. Actually, they do a reel-to-reel of this that I'm probably going to get this week. You guys know I'm a big reel-to-reel fan, but they just announced they're doing this as a reel-to-reel, 15 IPS. Going to give that a go. Okay, from ORG, back in stock. This is a 45 RPM of Coltrane Jazz. This is all analog, pressed by Bernie Grunman. Excuse me, mastered by Bernie Grunman. Pressed at Palace in Germany. I don't think Bernie Grunman is pressing records, being 80 years old and not. I don't know if that would, be very fun for him. John Coltrane Ballads. This is part of the Analog Productions reissue series that they're doing in conjunction with Universal. These are absolutely fantastic. This sold out maybe a couple of weeks after it came out. People are regularly playing for this and Love Supreme, which Love Supreme will come back as well. We're regularly paying $100 a piece. I went on eBay, I went on Discogs, I'm looking at sold listings. I'm like, man, the appetite was there. People didn't want to pay. They, wait, they were paying up for it. But they did get a repress. I know this repress was not a huge repress, but there are copies in stock now. I would get it now. It's funny. I had it for a good amount of time. Then I kind of went online. I told you guys, hey, I still got some of these. You don't have to go on eBay and pay $100 for it. And I sold them out, and I haven't had them since. But John Coltrane's Ballads back in stock. I'm guessing Love Supreme is probably right behind it. So I know many, many, many of you have ordered the 4 Chet Baker titles. I got almost everything that I needed for the first 3, but for some reason, this particular title has been trickling in. I'll get 3 or 4 in a day, then another day will come 4 or 5, and then maybe 2, and then maybe 1, but needless to say, I have not been able to fill all my pre-orders. But in a couple of days, I should have enough. Not only do I have the remainder of my order coming, but I've got many, many, many extras to where you'll be able to actually purchase this, and the other 4 titles, they will all be in stock. So let's take a look at, you know what? I got all sidetracked with the Hooker and Heath store. I didn't even tell you guys some of the pre-orders that are coming out this week. If you're not subscribed to our mailing list, guys, go on the bottom of our website, the very main page on the very bottom, you can get on the mailing list. I'm trying not to, be obnoxious. I send 1 email a week. You can unsubscribe at any time. It's easy. But it's me. I kind of let you guys know cool restocks or cool pre-orders or, stuff of that nature. But this past week, Pink Floyd's got Live at Nebworth, when is that? So it comes out April 30th. This is cut at 45 RPM. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to own it. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. Paul McCartney Reimagined. That's coming out July 23rd. So I've got the black vinyl available for pre-order. I did not order. There's a gold vinyl indie exclusive. I don't have that available for pre-order. I ordered a massive amount of quantity on that title. The reason I'm not putting it up for pre-order is because when I did just the standard album, they did 4,000 of them on white vinyl. And when I saw the orders coming in, there was like no way that these, I cut the pre-orders off right away, and about 15% of them, 20% of them ended up getting cut. I got some stuff, and it was an absolute disaster. I truly do not like doing pre-orders for stuff that cannot be fulfilled. And more than likely, this is even a little more limited. They're only doing 3,500 of them. I know it's technically not Paul. It's other people doing his songs. But it doesn't matter. If you're a Beatles collector, you got to have everything. You got to have every compilation that the Beatles have 1 track on. So that's the mentality with the Beatles collectors. That's going to get gobbled up. But when it does come, as soon as I get it received, I'm going to put it on the website. You guys will be able to get it then. But if you don't care or you prefer sound over rarity, the black is always going to sound better than a gold pressing anyway. So that is available for pre-order. Okay, so from being from Arizona, this is cool. So Alice Cooper, School's Out. They are doing a full reproduction of the original package. That is where the desk unfolds, the lid comes off, and it actually has the paper panties in the packaging. I think it's the first time they've ever done a true to form replication of the original. I think it's by Friday Music. But yeah, that'll be on on the website for pre-order when you guys watch this video. Also, they're doing a deluxe edition of Crosby, Stills and Nash Deja Vu. It is 1 LP, 4 CDs, coming out later this year. I think May 14th. I didn't write it down, but I want to say it's May 14th. But let's take a look at this week's new arrival. So, this has not actually happened in a long time. So, Lana Del Rey, Chemtrails Over the Country Club. Got this record in. I actually really like Lana Del Rey. Told you guys about that many times on the channel. I don't listen to a ton of new music, but I actually do listen to some. This is one of those albums. I played it once, and it was fantastic. Her last couple of albums have been like, you know, a lot of hip-hop guest stars, that kind of thing. This is kind of more similar to her original album. I played this maybe, no exaggeration, I probably played this 15 times in the last 3 days. I play it about 3 times a day. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't know if it's for all you guys, but if you like Lana Del Rey, I think this is going to wind up being one of her best albums. It's fantastic. This is the indie exclusive on yellow vinyl. And it actually, you know what's crazy about it too, is typically colored vinyl is really noisy. This actually plays really, really quiet. So I have the indie exclusive right now in stock on the website. This is a title that I've wanted to listen to since I've got it in, but I keep playing this instead. Green Day's Insomniac 25th Anniversary Edition. Kind of crazy. Reminds you of the Neil Young box set, right? Except it's not $100. It's under 30. But this is a double disc. Has the holographic cover. But what's cool about this is you're getting a live concert. So disc 1 is the album, right? Disc 2 is live in Prague. So you're getting 8 live tracks from 1996. And that's the reason I want this. And that's the reason I'm going to crack one of these open and give it a listen. This came in a little late, but I got it in. I'm going to start, you know, I think I shipped most of the pre-orders out already. But, you know, most of the, I think there was 3 Tone Poets slated to come out. 2 of them got pushed back. Tone Poem came, but I got it a couple days early. This, or a couple days late, excuse me. This is a double disc. I heard it's fantastic. I'm going to listen to this later on tonight. But I do have extra copies of this on the website. This is no doubt going to be a really, really popular title. So it's weird. Like, you know, you'll get some weeks that, like, I'm showing you guys a lot of hot new music, new arrivals. And then there's some weeks I'm like audiophile, records of that nature. But this is going to be really hot. Chris Cornell. Nobody can sing. Nobody sings like you anymore. The big draw to this is it has Patience on it. But let's see, plus 9 more amazing covers. Jump into the Fire. That's going to be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to give this a listen to too. John Batiste, We Are. I'm not sure what's going on here. This looks, the Cure, Faith. I felt like a lot of the Cure stuff has been going out of print. This might just be a import that my distributor just recently pulled in. I'm thinking this will be pretty popular. I know a lot of people have gravitated towards these artists, Sam Cooke, whatnot, just due to the movie. But this is an Amazon, actually, what is it? Yeah, Amazon Prime movie. It's about, you know, Sam Cooke, I think James Brown. I haven't seen it, but it's essentially about Muhammad Ali. These guys spent the night hanging out in Miami. Yeah. Haven't seen it. Can't really talk much about it. I heard it's really good. I think it's all, you know, it's all made up, but it's put a lot of interest into these particular artists. But there's a soundtrack to it. So that's crazy, right? Little hype sticker. Available on Prime Video. It's amazing where whoever thought you would find a hype sticker for a 100-year-old piece of technology, the vinyl record, advertising a digital streaming platform, right? Crazy. Loretta Lynn, Still Woman Enough. Reba McEntire's on this, Tanya Tucker, Margot Price, Carrie Underwood. I don't listen to a lot of country, but I do like this type of old school country, you know? I think Loretta Lynn actually came out recently and complained about how country isn't country anymore. Eric Church, Chief. So this is the third pressing. So this is cool. I've never really seen this before outside of like doom metal bands. But they keep redoing this, but every time they do it, they're changing the color, and that's a signifying the pressing. So this is the third pressing on limited edition blue vinyl. I think the last one might have been red. Styx, Cornerstone on red vinyl. Limited to 1,000 copies. These Culture Factory titles always sell out right away and then they're gone. This was a really, really, really hot title that was really heavily allocated. This is the new indie store exclusive of Fleet Foxes. This is on crystal clear vinyl. More Beatle collector type items. Ringo Starr's Zoom In. Kind of classic Ringo. We've got the photography theme going on there with the lens of the camera. Haven't heard any of this. God, what is this? It's such a here. Almost doesn't even seem like an album. It seems more like an EP. 5 tracks. Maybe it's classified as an EP. Not sure. Music on vinyl. Slow Drive. Limited edition. Greatest Hits Volume 2 of Papa Roach. The better noise years. I want to say 4 lithographs, 2 vinyl, both on a unique color, 3 unreleased tracks. Yeah. All right. The Suffers, everything here. What is this? Paul Rogers, Muddy Water Blues, a tribute to Muddy Water. So essentially the who's who of the guitar. Doing a tribute to Muddy Waters. Jeff Beck, David Gilmour, Buddy Guy, Brian May, Steve Miller. I mean, that's, you know, that's enough. You really don't even have to read the rest, right? That should be quite good. Okay, I did an unboxing video on this earlier in the week and posted it. After the Gold Rush, Neil Young. You know, it's a lot for what it is. Runs you $100, comes essentially with the album. Looking at the dead wax, comparing it to my copy, it looks like it's the Chris Bellman cut from approximately 10 years ago. But the other copy is actually not in print at the moment. So if you want the album, you're getting this. Like all Neil Young items, for the most part, if it was available analog, you're getting it analog. And this is an all analog cut. Cool packaging. Little on the pricey side, but it's numbered. Yeah. The Black Crowes. 30th anniversary edition of Shake Your Moneymaker. 20% less than the Neil Young, and it comes with a whole bunch more. You've got the album. You got another disc of unreleased songs and B-sides. Then you have a homecoming concert from 1990 in Atlanta, Georgia. And I think when I went online, it's got, what does it say? It's got a patch, a flyer, and a tour pass. So it comes with some tchotchkes. All right, guys, I'm Mike. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out our Instagram page. But I would as well subscribe to our newsletter. Like I said, it's about once a week. You kind of, you know, I show you guys everything once a week on video, but there's some stuff that comes in midweek, and if it's cool enough, I generally try to shoot out a newsletter. Until next time.